For myself, not for you. I bought a pistol. I might shoot a head or two. I'm crazy as crack cocaine on the streets today. I'm nuts, I'm insane, and I don't care if you're gay. You can be in my crew no matter what you do. If you're a Christian or a Jew, yo, I'm recruiting you. Grab a fucking weapon, let's get fucking crazy. We ain't lazy, we bout to fuck this place up, see? I'm a nutsack man with a dick in my hand. I don't care what you say. I don't even know what's going on. Welcome to State of the WWE, episode 100. 100 episodes of State of the WWE. It's been a long time coming, and I've longed to say the words, episode 100 of State of the WWE. The oldest running program or oldest running title to a show that I've ever had. Trying to take OKFabe's call now. OKFabe, call back. I'll put you on, man. Yeah, this thing started before I even had the Joe Cronin Show. I made State of the WWE on my old channel before it got taken down. And then I re-uploaded it on the Joe Cronin Show channel. And then we did an episode once every 4 months or something. It was going to be once every year. I think I did do it once for the year. And then I started doing a couple a year, and then at one point we were doing like a couple episodes every other day, and for a while it was every week, and another while it was every month. But we finally crawled our way up to episode 100, and I'm pretty fucking happy about that, to be honest. It's pretty cool. Okay, Fabe, Connor.
What's up?
Welcome aboard, you sexy beast.
What's going on?
How you doing tonight?
No see.
I know.
Very happy to be a part of State of WWE number 100.
You're already frothing at the mouth to be here.
Absolutely.
No, I was actually frothing at the mouth to have you here, to be honest.
How could you not be fucking excited on episode 100?
It's a three-way frothing.
Oh, it's not gay because it's in a three-way. Except it's really gay because OKFabe's here.
Jake DeMarco's here. OKFabe is here. And we're going to talk about WWE. And at 10:45, apparently in a few minutes, or it already happened actually,
Paul Heyman right now. Paul
Heyman's going to divulge some important information to some guy from ESPN that nobody cares about.
Yeah, it's on Pix 11 News in New York.
Oh, it's not. So. It's not ESPN. I thought the guy was.
It's not even ESPN. It's Pix 11.
So this is a whole marketing thing they did with the WWE.
It's got to be. It's an exclusive tonight. Heyman Hustle joins Scott Stanford 1 in studio at 10:45.
Scott Stanford.
Breaking news. So
wasn't Scott Stanford a ESPN guy at one time or something?
He was at one time, but he's a sports anchor for Pix 11 New York now.
What the hell is that? And someone's donating.
He hosts This Week in WWE.
Hang on a second.
Keep up the great work.
I can't hear you. Damn it, these donations got to work tonight. D-Moon, thanks. Happy 100. D-Moon, you're the shit, D-Moon. Thank you so much. Let me get my video up here. Hopefully we'll have the sound issue fixed tonight because we have 3 people on the call right now, so should be able to figure it out. D-Moon, thanks, man. Thank you, D-Moon.
At least I can see your video now. I'll know when it pops up. But yeah, Scott Stanford is the host of This Week in WWE on the New York 11 News.
Oh,
so.
that's why he looked familiar, because he's actually does the WWE stuff. He's a super dork. My God, is he a dork? Have you seen
he's
him?
A bit of a goober. I was trying to tune in to watch it live, but being not from New York, it wasn't letting me watch it at first. So
what? Well, then what's the point? What are they doing? What's the news? It's probably some local news. You know, it's probably like Brock Lesnar is going to be signing autographs like at this place at this time. Like that's what it's going to be.
That's what I'm assuming. Honestly.
I mean, they are doing a meet and greet with Triple H and Steph, I think, was it the Friday before, and then they're doing a couple others all weekend, so maybe that's what it is, but I don't know why they would put so much publicity behind it if it's just for a meet and greet. I think there's something else going on. Someone said maybe something with 2K18. Oh. I heard even maybe, and this is a bold rumor, that they're inviting John Jones to SummerSlam.
Oh, wow, that would be wild. No, I was going to say maybe you can download like Brock Lesnar's dick in the game.
Ooh, an entire playable character.
Yeah.
We'll pre-order WWE 2K18 now and play as Brock Lesnar's cock.
Play as Brock Lesnar's foreskin, the new WWE 2K18. We're going back to Honey. I don't know what that means. I just watched the Kevin Owens documentary, and that was pretty damn good. It was all right. If you know, some of those DVDs fizzled towards the end. This one did a little bit, but it was still good. Oh, here we go. Donation. Perfect time.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9.
No more pyro anymore.
My dick.
No pyro in WWE.
Hey Joe and your 2 sexy groupies, Jake DeMarco and OKFabe.
What's
Happy
up?
100 Joe. Here's to 100 more. I just want to say, negative points to Tommy. Charlotte has ugly Franken-Jublies.
Oh my God. You lovely jubblies. Thank you, Null Death. Thank you, Null Death, for that donation and bringing us your lovely jubblies. We really,
Hell
really...
yeah, no doubt. Right now on Pix 11, the news is a naked man arrested for breaking into New Jersey home. I haven't seen anything about...
Nothing about Brock Lesnar and whatever this big
yet,
announcement.
but I went back a little bit in DVR, so it's supposed to be on at 10:45. We'll see what happens.
Here comes another one. People are celebrating 100. Raw gave me AIDS. Usually don't hear
This
donations.
donation is all I have to say about Raw and SmackDown. Joe, Jake, and Connor, how y'all doing? Happy 100, Joe.
Hey, man. Bird, thanks very much, my friend. Thanks for always being a supporter of the show, Bird. Bird2393, you are the man. Thank you for keeping us going, and thank you guys for these last few donations, too. Talk about funding the show, man. This is probably going to be an hour show, and you guys are funding it already there. It's not bad, man. We really, really love you guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, and thanks so much. Connor will be right back. He's got to deal with some kid stuff. We all do.
Yeah, but fucking thank you, No Death and Bird, and D-Moon. And also, it's D-Moon's birthday either tonight or tomorrow. I'm not sure. So happy friggin' birthday, D-Moon.
Happy birthday, D-Moon.
Huge supporter of the show and great guy all around. So happy fucking birthday.
Yeah, man. D-Moon's been a staple here. Shout out to Celrex for those. Am I just never happy with anything? Like, maybe I'm just never happy with anything. Celrex, like, made a bunch of different logos for different people, and I seen mine, and I was like, why is mine, like, the worst? Like, I feel like mine is the worst.
Really? I really like yours, too.
Really?
I just got done talking to him, and I really like yours. Fabes came out really good, but I really like yours.
I was just like, man, mine's so small compared to the other ones. The other ones, like, pop out at you. You know, and mine's so small because there's never anything to do with me. I feel like there's no, like, I wish I had like a mascot or something, and then everybody would know that that's Joe Cronin right there, man.
I get what you mean. Yeah, some type of definitive logo. Or
I like that one that he made with my face. Like that, I really like that one. I think they're both actually really good, to be honest. Like, it looks like they both look really sleek. Like, I like how sleek they look, but I just want, like, I wish mine, like, I don't know, it just looks so like, oh, this is it. This is me. It's just like when Bayley made my song. Bayley started doing songs for my channel. And then all of a sudden, Bayley, other people were asking for songs from Bayley. So then Bayley did JD's intro. And then I was like, God damn it, JD's is better. Like, what the fuck? Like, so, and then I brought it back recently, like months ago, and somebody was like, oh, look, Cronin got the same guy to do his intro. And I was like, oh, fuck you, you faggot. Fuck. Like, so it's just like that shit.
It always comes back that you're copying.
Yeah, it always comes back that I'm copying, but I was really the first guy to do it. Yeah, it always happens. That's why. That's the other thing too. Like, I don't like when like one person designs my logo, but then they design like 50 other people's either. But this one is great. I think this one's really cool by Celrex. Check this out. This is cool. I like this one.
Yeah, it's definitely. I thought it came out great. I really like it.
Yeah. I don't know. It can be blown up. I don't know how big it can get. Let me see.
Well, he emailed you. I don't know if that's the one in the email or not, but JD chiming in.
Here he is. Speaking of the devil.
Your mother's garbage, you greasy ass fucking goon.
Congratulations on hitting the big 100.
Hey.
You guys do fabulous work.
I don't know if we do fabulous work, man, but we try. I don't know. I try to do something. Abel Salas Jr. Thank you, dude, for the big $26 donation, dude. Thank you so much, man. I wasn't sure if I was going to, activate donations tonight just because, State of the WWE, usually we just go into it, and that's it. And it's over. There's no donations and stuff like that. And I'm sure that makes for a better show usually. But tonight it was special. I just thought for 100, we got to do this. I'll open up the phone lines in a little while, too. But let's get back into it. Abel, thank you so much, dude. That was a lot of money for this show, dude. Holy shit, dude. $26. What is tonight? Wednesday
One hell of
night?
a donation. Yeah, it's Wednesday night.
It's not even monetized. This. What's happening?
So Paul Heyman was doing the weather in studio. That was pretty funny. They put it up on their Facebook page, and they're talking about this past Monday, how Brock Lesnar announced that if the title's taken off Brock Lesnar at the Fatal 4-Way at SummerSlam at Barclay in Brooklyn, that he'll be leaving. So they're talking about UFC and upcomings. But a lot of his announcement was to do with him going ahead and being involved with different things throughout SummerSlam weekend, basically. He's going to be doing some type of talk with JR at a comedy club, things like that. So it's going to be all like signings and events in New York so far as the news.
Okay. Wait a minute. So
far what they've announced is just that there's going to be a bunch of like events prior to SummerSlam with Paul Heyman.
Is that the big news?
I don't know if that's what they've discussed so far. I'm listening to it in one ear while talking to you. So
okay. Goose King just did 316. Says so instead of the Broken Hardies, we're going to get the Awoken Hardies because Anthem won't give them the rights. It seems that way. My question is, do I still have to give myself an enema live on the show if they become woken? Because technically they did not become broken, but they did initiate a gimmick.
We need ironically, we need legal counsel for this too.
Right, yeah, we might have to argue over this. maybe I'll just, I don't know. Maybe I'll just have to suck an enema down.
Ed wants you to put it up his ass. The Hardys don't. This is really deja vu.
By the way, I just opened up WrestleCrate, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody who don't have it yet. Probably everybody did though, because I'm doing mine late. If you even have WrestleCrate anymore. If anybody out there doesn't have WrestleCrate and you want to get it, use my coupon code Joesentme. Go tweet them. I'll put the video up tomorrow with the opening of it. But let's just say it was sexy. WrestleCrate, great guys. I also like the Pro Wrestling Crate. I got to open up their box too. So I'm gonna open up. I might do one of these shows where I open up both boxes. You know what I mean? I wonder what they'd think about that. And then like just let people vote on which box was better. But sometimes that's not fair. Because like 1 month, the one box will be like fucking awesome. And then the next month that box won't be that good, but then the other one will be awesome. So then it like skews, it's kind of, you don't know what you're going to get, Okay, well.
I'm going to interrupt really quick.
Yes.
I guess his news was just saying that Paul Heyman's going to go with Brock Lesnar. He's like, wherever Brock goes, I go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Scott went ahead and said, well, Scott Stanford asked, is John Jones next for Brock Lesnar? And Paul kind of just turned his head, and then they announced the match at SummerSlam saying that Brock's going to leave. So I don't really know what the announcement was, unless I missed it in the beginning, but I'm going to try and skim through and see here.
This reeks of a big tease that Brock is not really leaving anywhere, that they're just trying to make everyone think he is. Like,
that's what it feels like. It certainly
Heyman's a good cock tease. He really is good at doing that.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody heard my thing earlier, because I just uploaded it, but I did a 30-minute podcast earlier today where I talked about this. And it's like, I don't know what, there's so many different things can happen. Like Brock can go to the UFC after losing the title in WWE and fight John Jones and come back later on for the WrestleMania season. That can happen. But he signed through WrestleMania, we thought. So, but then I could see Lesnar just winning, and this was one big charade just to play off of what John Jones said. Or maybe, he like I said, he could lose the title and then still fight, or he could keep the title and still fight. Like it can go
I
any
think
way.
he'll be back, Joe. I really do. But I've heard so many times just in the past 7 hours today, Pro Wrestling Mag reported it. Even when they covered stuff on Pix 11 tonight, it went ahead and said that Paul Heyman has been pushing for Samoa Joe to win the title at SummerSlam so that Lesnar can go to leave and train for his UFC comeback to face John Jones. Why
does Paul Heyman care about that?
Apparently he's got influence, and that's who he feels should win. So,
I mean, not a bad choice.
That's his vote. That's his vote, and that's who he's been pushing for.
And
I've seen it on a bunch of news sources today. So,
do you think people are still going to talk about Heyman turning on Lesnar at SummerSlam? At the
That's not gonna
SummerSlam, Bret Hart always won at the SummerSlam. Sorry. Bret Hart did. He won a lot at the SummerSlam, as Bret Hart calls it. Bret Hart doesn't call it SummerSlam. He never did. He never called it SummerSlam. He never said, "You want a piece of me, Rowdy Roddy Piper? well, I'll see you at SummerSlam. You know, he'd be like, I'll see you at the SummerSlam.
I feel like it's an old person calling it like, oh, we're going to go down there to the SummerSlams and go down and give him what for.
Except Bret Hart was doing it at 29. Like, you know what I mean? At 32, he was like, the SummerSlam. Like, it was like the fair. Like, we're going to go.
At the Survivor Series.
Yeah, we're going to go down to the fair.
It's one show. It's not in multiple shows. It's not technically a series, you idiot.
Yeah, so the final point of this whole interview tonight was to say that Paul Heyman doesn't violate stipulations, and he hates those kind of storylines. And he said that if Brock leaves at SummerSlam not being champion, then he and Brock leave WWE for good.
Oh, all right. And they
he said if Brock doesn't retain the title, that he and Brock are leaving. That's what he let. Basically, he let it out of the bag that if Brock leaves, he's leaving as well. That was his announcement tonight.
I said that
besides doing events,
Brock.
He sounded like a parrot for a second.
Brock. That's what he sounds like to me. My client. I can't even do him. Brock.
That sounded like Sean's view for a second.
My client, my damn. I think that Shinsuke Nakamura sucks. How about Sean's view? Thinks that Shinsuke isn't good enough. He's like, this is why.
Yeah, because that's the type of heat that's really going to make him rise to the top.
This is why WWE's in the toilet, because people like Shinsuke Nakamura beat the guy John Cena. John Cena beat Hulk Hogan, The Rock, and like he goes through all these names. I don't think he beat Hulk Hogan. And he goes through all these names that the Cena's beat. Oh, Kurt Angle, he beat Kurt Angle. How am I supposed to believe that Shinsuke Nakamura is going to beat John Cena? This is why WWE's in shambles. This is why things are going bad. It was like, are you fucking out of your mind? First of all, John Cena lost to all those guys too, by the way. So, what the fuck is Sean's view talking about? He's literally ran on a rant about how Shinsuke Nakamura shouldn't have beat John Cena the other day.
No, again, if he's trying to get that mass popularity back, he's sure going down the right avenue for that one.
Dude, he always does this. Can I talk about him for a second? It's the same pattern. Anybody who hasn't known who, if you've known who Sean's view is for a year, you know who he is. He's done the same thing for 7 or 8 years now. It's the same thing. He builds up an audience like it's crazy. He gets a new audience that comes in that doesn't know anything about shit, like younger kids or something. And then all of a sudden, when he's doing well with the audience, he gets confident.
He clickbaits them, yeah.
Then he clickbaits them. But then after he clickbaits them, he does these stupid skits. And then he always starts going in with somebody's attacking me, or somebody's saying I should die, or they're sending in death threats, DEFF, death threats. I'm getting death threats. So he always goes into death threats, some other channel's attacking me, people are criticizing me, drama, then he apologizes in a video, then he goes back to it, then he says he's going to stop doing it, then he does it again, and then he stops. His channel craps itself for a while, because most of those new subs eventually go, all right, I'm sick of this shit. Unless they're 12, and then they're like, oh, I believe this. And then
they fall for it.
And then in 2 years, they hate him because they become 14 or older, and they realize it was bullshit. It's like seriously legit. This is now the 4th, I want to say, time I've seen this. This is like Planet X coming around every 300 years to the Earth. Like, this guy does the same thing every time. And I even congratulated him on Facebook. I was like, dude, congratulations on getting your channel back, to where it should be. You got 100,000 subs, even though you don't really have that many. None of us really have what we have because deleted accounts and people who left and all this other bullshit. But I was like, congratulations, you're getting a steady pace of views again. Like, you're doing something right. So just make sure you don't fuck it up. And then he goes in all that shit, and I was like, who cares? But, oh my God, I mean, I have problems with consistency myself on YouTube, but Jesus, this guy continually...
He's all over the goddamn place. He'll release 17 videos in an hour. No exaggeration. Before WrestleMania, week began, he had one day where he uploaded 9 videos in an hour, and then went 2 days before that with nothing. And it's very sporadic. And out of 9 videos, maybe one of them was based in fact or reality. The rest were all just his opinion that he stated as fact. Like last night with John Cena, we saw that terrible bump that he took with his neck. Yeah. And immediately Sean saying, oh, he's injured, he's hospitalized, he's benched.
Is he really injured, Yeah.
I think the title of the video was something like John Cena neck injury versus Shinsuke Nakamura. And so,
just all for the tag words.
He just typed the title so damn quick. He just didn't even do a spell check. No, this is great. This is fine. I I think
No.
I think Joe, the reason that maybe that the reason his videos are better is because yours aren't for educational purposes only.
Yeah, I should take
Brett
my
in the
dick
chat
out.
even said that he once made a whole vid about he accidentally burned his cock in the shower, and then he ranted about how some fan hired an assassin on him.
That's
And I remember
awesome.
hearing
I
about that.
remember
He
that.
said
I
that a
remember that.
fan hired a hitman to kill him. And,
I remember
it
that,
took
yeah.
death
No,
threats
the-
to
no.
the next level.
The best.
That was
Remember how
fucking
like YouTube had like an inbox thing? I mean, they still do, but it was
Yeah.
like more popular than to like message people on YouTube like
Yeah.
directly, like a private message. He's like, "Look at this guy. This guy's to put a hit on me on Sean's View Entertainment." He goes, "Come to my house," and like he doesn't like. How the fuck are we supposed to know where you live? Like Jesus Christ.
I gave him my address by mistake. I thought he was the Papa John pizza guy. You know,
No, the
like,
best. The
It just
best.
happens to be like, I got this death threat from a guy named Sean's View End 2. I don't know who he is.
The worst one ever was the one where he went. He was opening up a PlayStation video game, and he said there was no game in it when he got it. But he goes,
2K games.
but he pretended to open it on camera. He goes, "I just bought the new game, the new WWE game," and he opens up the case, and there's nothing in it. But the case never had any plastic wrapping on it. So you're like, I just bought this, and now I'm at home, and I'm gonna open it, and then he opens it, but there's
it
no.
just pops open. I think it was in his car actually.
This stuff cracks me up. Like I don't mind it. Like I love it because I do weird things on my channel too sometimes. You know
But
what
Joe,
I
do
mean?
you remember the guy calling him out for that video?
Oh,
he was
yeah.
sitting in the car like freaking out. He
Yeah.
was losing his mind, being like, "Of course the game was in there, you asshole!" Like,
I wish I had that guy. That guy's a psychopath. Whoever that guy was.
Oh, he bought that hook, line, and sinker, and he was
Yeah.
so mad.
He was like butthurt that Sean wasn't like was making stuff up. It was like he just figured it out. Oh God, it was funny. Here's a donation. Yeah, this guy was a psycho sitting in his car looking around like a crackhead. Mr. Rebel 316, what's up, Mr. Rebel? Congratulations, Joe, on episode 100. That's awesome. Sup, Fabe and Jake. Keep up the great work, guys, and everyone in the chat. JCS Army for life. Thanks, Mr. Rebel. You're a beast. And make sure to check out Fabe's YouTube channel, by the way. And also Jake's is at Countdown Ended. And at Countdown Ended on Twitter. And Fabe on Twitter. And I'm at Joe Cronin JCS. And any news now on Heyman, or this was all just bullshit?
This was pretty much just to, Scott let me know too that it was just reaffirming he would leave with Brock, and that him and Jim Ross will be the guest at his one-man show August 18th in New York City.
So it was what I said. It was just some dumb appearance.
It was just all fluff and letting people know that he'll be leaving with Brock. And
Hey, Heyman's good at fluff. Can't argue with that.
I mean, no, that's for damn sure.
They were like, "There's a big announcement going on tonight. You got it." Everyone had to be there. Like it was.
You would have thought that they would have mentioned on a Raw if it really was any like menu. Well, I mean Raw's ratings. But
yeah, exactly. But I figured, well, hey, look at that. They're trying to go ahead and amp things up and get some larger media presence with this. Because I mean, they could have had like a mini press conference per se on a
Right.
Local news station. I thought it would have been really something out there because they cover WWE every week religiously. They have their own segment for it this week in WWE. So it's not like the news station isn't used to reporting on wrestling. So it really could have been something big, possibly, but it was just fluff and filler. The news I want to talk about is we all know that Bayley is injured, and Nia Jax is apparently getting a shit ton of heat backstage for it. People are not happy with her.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard this from a few sources so far.
Have you
Not like
watched
most
this
girls.
over? Because I still haven't seen it back over again where she gets injured.
Yeah, I've watched it a few times, and it looks like it's when she's tossed to the outside, and I mean, it's just unfortunate. It wasn't Nia's fault in my eyes, but
Well, then I don't get how if you toss someone through the ropes the right way. I mean, what did she throw her
They're probably just more pissed that their SummerSlam plans got fucked up.
I think that's what it is, and they're just it's less about her being unsafe and more the fact that it just happens to be her fault in air quotes.
Right.
But
they
she's
wanted
still
to-
receiving heat backstage for it. So
Because I heard they wanted to rebuild Bayley up. Good luck with that dumpster fire after everything you just pulled.
Yeah, I talked about this today too. It was literally like they went with this whole arc, this storyline that they were going with can she overcome and can she go there and stuff like that, and can she rise to the occasion? Then she doesn't. Then she looks like an idiot. Then she looks like a fool. And then in an interview, she's even weirder. And then it gets weird. And then they just go back to normal Bayley. But there's no payoff or storyline. It was almost like they just like, let's pretend that we didn't do that with Bayley for 4 weeks.
Right. She's been booked horrendously since she's been on the main roster. Not just like the last like couple of months. I'm talking like the whole time. In my opinion, the whole time since she's been on the main roster. Because like, remember when they were doing the whole thing at Survivor Series when like Charlotte attacked Bayley after the 5-on-5 women's match?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. Charlotte and Bayley program, and Sasha's getting a title shot. What the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
It was so random. But yeah, they've done a horrible job booking her, and from what I heard, they're trying to rebuild and regain the Bayley fans of NXT. Because I mean, Christ, you hear her come out now, it's like almost fucking crickets coming out, and I feel bad because it's that whole fucking same argument of, oh, you see them thrive and become mega stars in NXT, and then they come here and it's like, cue the fucking Price is Right,
Do you think
losing horn.
Maybe this is a work. Maybe this is a work or something. And
Could be.
And they were like, let's get her off TV for like 2 months and get her out of this. Maybe they changed their minds. Would you ever think about that?
That could possibly be. I mean, they could put Sasha in there, and then because they were kind of, I don't know if you noticed, they were really stirring the pot with Alexa saying like, Sasha and Bayley like not liking each other and Sasha being pissed. So maybe they could pull. I mean, possible, but I mean, Jake, did they ever say officially what her injury was or is, or if she's out of commission?
No, there's been nothing since that WWE.com backstage video. Nothing official, anyways, that I've seen.
Is a KANE donation. Yeah, I think this might be bullshit. We'll talk more about it.
Shout out to everyone that has a birthday in August.
Hey.
Mine is August 15th, so I will be drunk on your SmackDown stream.
Nice.
Scenes you should die. Again, or pretend to get kidnapped and make video updates being in someone's trunk. Bayley is still Rainbow AIDS.
Thank you, No Death, for the donation. Happy birthday to everybody in August here. Isn't like that make everyone almost a Virgo after the 10th or something? I don't know.
I almost said you said virgin.
Virgin, yeah. Hey,
happy early birthday.
Yeah, if there's any virgins over 18 in here, I'll come on over. I'll tell Leah.
Also, happy birthday to Michael. I know he's got his birthday as well. So Mike 2066 on Twitter, he said, "Can you shoot me out? It's my birthday Saturday." So,
oh damn,
happy birthday, Michael.
Lots of birthdays. Somebody else said it was their birthday tonight or something, or like tomorrow.
Oh, literal fuck ton.
So, yeah, dude, everyone's birthdays are right now. What is up with August? I've also got some on the unboxing video that I didn't put up yet. That's coming up tomorrow. There's gonna be a lot of unboxing videos coming. People send stuff to my P.O. box that I'm gonna open up, or that I did, and that will just be coming. They'll be uploaded soon. So I want to thank you guys for everybody who sent me shit there. And the Wrestle Crate opening is gonna be up too. Me and Gavin did that. And what else is there? There's not too much else to say as far as my show goes. But we'll get back to the wrestling talk about Bayley here. But if you guys want to send me anything, it's just Joe Cronin, P.O. Box 850 958. I'll try to stuff it in the comment section. I really didn't want to do P.O. Box stuff, but you know what? People just keep asking, so fine. Just don't send me a dildo because I'll use it. P.O. Box.
Damn it, there goes my birthday present idea. Shoot.
I was going to send him the big black cock.
Well, Connor can actually...
Real quick, I heard your comments about the Kevin Owens DVD. I caught that when it first came out. That was very well done.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was very good. Yeah, I thought it was very good. They just always do a good job with these. Like, almost every single DVD or documentary is good. I did not see the Seth Rollins one. Somebody asked me about that.
The Seth Rollins one's I think it's more of a collection compilation.
Oh. Super chat.
If Bayley is injured, there is only one woman who should face Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam. The real wrestling goddess Dana Brooke.
Jecko Knight dropping $5 in a super chat. Thanks, man. He thinks Dana Brooke should face her. Imagine if Dana Brooke took over.
I mean, in theory, it wouldn't be the worst idea if they had built her properly. But
oh, yeah. I mean, that'd be the worst idea for me.
It'd be bad now, yes. It'd be totally out of left field and a complete blow to the show. But had they worked her up to this position, I think she could have handled the pressure and probably would have shined nicely.
I saw this weird tweet, and I can't remember if you guys were tagged in it or something, but like someone or something made some reference or mention that she might join the Titus brand.
Yeah, apparently that was mentioned Monday, either on YouTube or Raw itself. I heard about this earlier too. I'll see if I can pull it up, but yeah, I heard about it, and
Oh
Just
my
love
God.
Joe's little giggle to it.
well, Titus Brand.
I will be so fucking tuned out if that happens. Like, I'll just be like, whatever, man.
I'll try
Titus
and
Brand
find
just
it 'cause I was
morphs into the
reading about
NWO.
it. Just grabbing everybody you can.
Yeah, me and
to
Connor
answer
can
your
use
question,
it. Me and Connor can drive and actually like make a video about using the dildo.
Ooh.
Sweet. We just we do drive-by smackings, like, hey, and then just smack somebody in the head with it.
Taking out mailboxes.
I don't want to go through
Yep.
Boston though. You know, I got to drive through Boston to get to your place.
All right, I'll come through
Let's
Boston
go
for you
Boston.
then.
All right. What do you got, Jake? What?
Connor, WWE.com confirmed that Bayley did sustain an injury to her right shoulder and stated that the swelling is so severe that it's preventing doctors from determining the extent of her injuries. It was a separated shoulder. Bayley said the following while she was being examined backstage. Everything just tensed up around it. I've never had an injury like this before, so I don't really know what's going on. I guess we're going to wait and see.
Damn.
So she doesn't need a hug.
So it could be legitimate. It could be a work. I mean, like, it kind of goes both ways there. It's a bit odd. I don't know quite how to take it. I'm leaning more towards it being believable, but I'm not sure. You know.
Well, I mean, hey, I don't know either. I'm worried though, dude. Aren't you like? Isn't it fishy a little bit? Like, I can't tell where the injury is, and it's like, couldn't you see them being like, oh wait, we don't want to put Bayley in this anymore. We changed our minds. What can we do? What are we gonna do? Like, you know, let's get her injured and bring her back 2 months later from now, repackage her the right way because we're fucking it up.
It has that feel to it. That's why I'm saying it's hard to feel that it's truly believable at this point. They're having a lot of issues internally right now with the company. This is something I was going to bring up a little bit later. They're reporting, you know, that the quarterly reports confirm Jinder Mahal's WWE title reign has failed, and the dirt sheets and a few other, you know, places are basically saying that Jinder's title run has not increased business in India whatsoever. And let me pull up the other thing that I wanted to bring up here. Along with that is that budget cuts are coming, and as we've known before, you know, they've had a huge influx of talent recently between the Cruiserweight Classic, the United Kingdom Tournament, the ongoing Mae Young Classic, NXT call-ups, and, you know, hirings. So they have more talent than what they can use currently. Another factor in budget cuts is the fact that the WrestleMania 33 stage was rumored to cost the company $5 million, most of which can't be reused. Recently they've done things such as cutting pyro, certain network programs to kind of, you know, slow the bleed of the money spending problem. They've tried to lower production costs and in attempts to raise bigger profits. They've also cut down on traveling stages so that they can sell more tickets in the house shows. You know, things like that. Like, they're regressing a lot and just, you know, focusing on the wrestling aspect of the house shows.
I mean,
if you notice,
dude,
they haven't made the pay-per-view stages be lavish like they used to. They're just the regular Raw or SmackDown set, typically.
I mean, I said this at the end of my podcast earlier today. If anybody wants to listen to that later, go listen to it. I went into lots of stuff. But at the end, I said to myself, I said, well, you know, a lot of people think I'm, like, hating on WWE and I'm, like, crapping on it and making stuff up. The fact of the matter is, first of all, they're making a lot of money in different ways. They're making more money in digital platforms, right? Like, the facts are, digitally, WWE is doing better. You know, all that stuff is going up and up and up, and revenue is up there. But also, the ticket sales for house shows are dropping fairly dramatically. Also, they got rid of pyro. So just look at all these facts. They're just facts. That's not what, you know, some people, they listen to all these facts and they say, well, WWE is killing it then. Other people say, WWE is doing terrible. They're going downhill. And it's like, yeah, the TV ratings are dropping to lower than they've ever been, you know. The house shows aren't selling tickets. Even the shows on TV aren't selling tickets. We were at SmackDown multiple times, and, you know, talking about thousands of tickets not sold. It's a mess. So, you know, you can take all these facts of, yeah, they're doing well, they're doing good, they're doing really bad in these areas, and take them for what you want. I mean, I don't know. Those are the facts. What do you think? Do you think they're doing good or bad? I mean, you tell me, everybody. I don't know. You know, 95 was the last year that stuff felt like this. And that's,
they're in such a weird place right now. They really are.
You know, What Culture came out with another one of their SummerSlam videos earlier today, like 10 things you didn't know about SummerSlam. I love those videos that they do. And you know, one of the things caught my ear because it reminded me a lot of Ninja Turtles. Like when I was a kid, like Ninja Turtles, the first movie came out, and it was probably the best one. If you go back and watch all the Ninja Turtles movies, you know, a lot of the kids remember Ninja Turtles 2 because that was like the kiddier movie or whatever.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go.
Yeah, like that had all the funny little things in it and whatever. But the first movie was really a great movie. If you go back and watch it, it still holds up. I mean, kind of. And the second and third one are more like goofy a little bit, especially the second one. The second one is really goofy. But it reminded me when they said that Vince McMahon... Put your hands in the air. Right as I get to the point. Fuck Raw. Raw gave me AIDS. Fuck Raw.
I honestly think that Bayley's injury is a work and this is WWE's get out of jail free
I believe so.
card. WWE is going nowhere. People see through it, Jake, because us fans are smart. We can see through their bullshit. We are in a very bad time in WWE's history. Hashtag WazUX.
Hey, thank you so much. Just call me Luke, dropping in the $7. Hey, Luke. I'm your fucking father, motherfucker. Luke, thank you so much for that donation, Luke. But no, my point was that at WrestleMania 10, Razor and Shawn Michaels went out there and they did all this stuff with the ladder, and it was awesome. And then when they had that second ladder match, when ratings were bad, the WWE put them in a second ladder match just to do it because they were so desperate for content and for views and for ratings and to put butts in seats. But then they were told that Vince McMahon...
Shit bomb!
Oh.
Hey guys, I had to get in on the 100th episode of State of WWE.
That's why usually we don't do that.
I'm more excited about TakeOver than SummerSlam.
Oh, yeah.
Is that wrong of me to think like that?
Every year we do.
Hope Adam Cole at least has a outside ring appearance.
Yeah, I think Adam Cole will be sitting in the seats this time. We said that like months ago. But Khalil Bama, it wouldn't be a show without you, Khalil Bama. Thanks for the $5. Becoming a $5 shit bum, Khalil Bama. But yes, I believe they, Vince told the Razor and Shawn they couldn't use the ladder as a weapon. So after they had this amazing match, you would think you got to do more with the ladder and more with the ladder match. But Shawn and Razor weren't allowed to use the ladder as a weapon in the match due to the new standards in the WWE at the time. They didn't want people using weapons.
Yeah, have a match where the stipulation can't be utilized. That's genius.
It's like think of those rules back then and think of the correlation. It's like, duh, your ratings were dropping, house show attendance was abysmal, and you're actually having a match where you tell the guys they can't use the ladder as a weapon. Like, this is very similar to now. It's not as drastic as it was then. It's not as bad right now as it was then, but it's still a similarity. You know, you're lame. It's full-on PG, and the storytelling then is better, you know? So it's like you want to rip the storytelling, but the writers then were better. What is going on now? It is awful. And everybody's like, oh, bring up this guy and that guy. How many times do we have to say it? It doesn't matter. I hope they don't come. I'd rather keep watching Kenny Omega where he is. Or I'd rather watch somebody be in NXT. Great, go to NXT.
What are they going to do if they bring Bobby Roode up now?
Oh, it's going to be horrible.
He loses the title and he comes up to Raw or SmackDown.
I'd be petrified, to be completely honest with you. I would be petrified because the way that both rosters are just stacked right now.
No, Roode might be okay.
There's no way.
You know what? Okay, Fabe, Roode might be all right because they seemingly do well with guys like Roode who are heels. It's the faces they can't figure out. You know what I mean?
Even the heels they have trouble with too, though. I mean, you're right in some aspects, but then again, no one's been greatly handled. So.
Kevin Owens did great.
Kevin Owens did, but it took a while too. I mean, he started off white hot, and then he kind of went.
Corbin's just kind of getting into his stride.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't handle him the best, but he could have done better. But I mean, they did a pretty decent job with him. Like him and AJ Styles were handled all right. AJ came right in though. But
I think Kevin Owens, if he didn't hook up with Jericho, would have been way far in the back of the line.
But who are the faces that have gone up from NXT to WWE that have done well? You know what I mean? Name a face. You know, I mean, Sasha Banks was a heel that came up from NXT, but when she was coming up, she basically was turning face.
Yeah,
and Charlotte was face.
Yeah, and Charlotte was face, so they flipped them around and it worked out. It's just seemingly like, I just feel like they don't know how to write heels or faces or how to handle a face when they come up. I almost feel like everybody coming up from NXT should just be heel because they do a better job writing them, and it makes a better impression on them and on the fans when they come up. But when they come up as a face, it just never goes well. American Alpha.
Just bring up 5 of them and make them Nexus all over again.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. And Alexa Bliss, she was a heel too. It's like,
yeah. You know, and I don't know, it's still too soon to say Alexa was a true success. I mean, she's done well for herself. Same thing with Owens, you know, he got himself over, but the way they've written both of them hasn't been fantastic.
No,
you
know what, Alexa's been doing well despite them. They gave her that terrible
I mean, this is
segment.
Your life and those awful segments and matches, the kendo stick match.
But on SmackDown, she was handled fairly well. Like on SmackDown, Alexa did a great job. She was handled well and she shined. But then she went to that horrible writing shithole of Raw, and she went to shit. Like, this is your life? Why did that? Why? The first thing I would have said was, we can't do this, because it buries her. Because the first Mick Foley one with The Rock was legendary, and the second one was kind of not so good. So now you're going to have Alexa Bliss do something along the lines that everyone's going to just think of Mick Foley and The Rock, and they're going to think this is stupid. We can't do this. That's what anybody with a brain in the back would have said that. Who in the fucking world said, let's do this? Like, who agreed to that, and who came up with that? You're out of your goddamn mind.
We reported it then that a lot of the writers said this is a bad idea, this shouldn't happen, and it even said reports that Alexa was against it, but they went with it anyways because Vince wanted it done. There was a few different times promos had been pushed through because Vince said it's got to happen, and no one defies him. Everyone just yes-mans him to death.
Yeah. Well, there's something wrong there. There's
something extremely wrong when an entire team of writers says, that's not a good idea, and the boss does it anyways.
Right. They suck. They just don't know what they're doing. Like, that's, I mean, there's no other way to say it. They just don't know what the fuck they're doing over there. Sometimes they show that they do a little bit, like Raw's, but like we said, Raw's been a little bit better recently with this. And SmackDown started getting worse. Although this week SmackDown won again. I mean, it's just fucking discombobulated everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a whole fake, a work. And you know what? What made me think it was a work was when Nia Jax was playing with her hair and put it in Bayley's bun when Bayley was outside the ring. And that's what made me think.
Part of the thing that they're saying that they're frustrated with her about is that they should have realized that she was injured and she continued to toss her around a bit. And then they even said, like, when she went for the elbow drop, that's when she realized she was injured and missed the elbow drop. People are thinking that Nia just botched, but she said that, you know, she threw the move out intentionally to avoid landing on her shoulder.
I haven't seen that. So she does that?
I can show you. I'll send you the clip quick.
Yeah, I missed it. So she just misses her? I missed that. I didn't see that.
When she's in the ring, after she pulls her back in, she starts to hear and see that she's injured, and she goes for a drop and decides to miss her, I guess. At first she said it was a botch, but she said it was intentional. So.
Oh, my God. It was then.
What, was it work?
No, it was real.
Yeah, I was going to say, between that and the more I think about it, the main thing why would they blow their SummerSlam match like this? You know what I mean? With all the, like I was just talking about, with the whole, them rebuilding Bayley up, and then they're announcing the SummerSlam match, and they're trying to get why would they pull it, 2 weeks?
Yeah,
before the paper. Yeah, that's the only reason I would think.
You're right. It's real. There's no doubt about it based off of this video. And what you just said.
I guess.
I just sent it in the Skype chat. And on top of that, now, where did I put this article? Becky Lynch might be potentially injured as well.
You brought up that ladder match.
Jesus.
I got a donation.
Well, the same type thing happened with the kendo stick match with Alexa and Bayley. The first one to grab it, it's only legal for them, right?
Oh, right.
LMFAO creative can't write for shit, and Vince gets blowjobs from them daily.
Hey, thank you. Just call me Luke. Yeah, man, you're right. It was It was like the kendo stick match, but I mean, now you can at least hit somebody in the back with a chair, but it looks stupid every time they do it. All right, I'm gonna watch the video here. All right, here we go. There's Nia Jax, the clothesline on the shoulder. Oh my God. Oh, I see the elbow.
Yeah, apparently when she went for the first move there with the clothesline, she had said something, or there was a motion, you know, some type of verbal exchange, you know, even like an ow, you know, and that's why when she already was like in motion for the drop, she just, you know, moved out of the way.
Yeah, you know what it is?
She thought she botched it, but that's when she realized she was injured.
Yeah, because you know what? Bayley was supposed to stay down there so Nia could elbow her.
Yep.
And Bayley shot back up off the mat. And even Nia landing on the mat looks like it hurt Bayley. Like the bouncing of the mat, like Bayley was like, oh, like after when the mat crashed and she jolted.
Son of a bitch.
Look, bam, and then Nia, oh, miss, and then oh, like that hurt Bayley. Man, yeah, that's real. I mean, the locker room stuff in the back with the video camera seems so real. So I was like, man, that's got to be real.
And a few people said to me on Twitter, oh, well, they don't usually do, you know, backstage exclusives if it's a real injury. But they do. They did it with Finn Balor.
Yeah,
they did it with Seth Rollins. They've done this with Braun. They've done it several times before. When Roman Reigns, like 2 years ago, had that intestinal issue, remember he had to go have like immediate surgery, and he was out for a few months after the Shield broke up. They followed him right to the hospital, you know, with an ambulance. So that happens quite often.
Yeah,
that doesn't. Them doing it, you know, doesn't mean that it's fake. Sadly, like I said, they blur the line with kayfabe nowadays so much, with them trying to both push storylines and, you know, the truth at the same time, that it's hard to tell what's a work and what's not, and it's almost to their detriment most often.
Oh, she is so hurt. Yeah, I mean, she's making it look really good. That's
what I'm saying. It seems believable, and now, I mean, I'm reading here, if Becky Lynch is injured, that's another big disaster. According to Cage Side Seats, Becky Lynch might have been injured this week during her SmackDown match with Naomi against Natalya and Carmella. Obviously, the second injury in 2 days, and they're thinking that this is to do with previous issues that she had. It doesn't say what exactly.
Oh, I see how Bayley got injured. I see how Bayley got injured.
When she was thrown to the outside, right?
No, she got thrown on her face. In fact, WWE skipped it. WWE skips Bayley getting thrown out of the ring.
Of course they do.
They skipped it. I see the injury, though. It's not when she gets thrown out of the ring.
No, I...
Holy shit, I think I found it. She separates... Yeah, that separated her shoulder. Right here. Oh, man. Oh, God, did she... Yeah, she... Oh, my God. So Nia Jax, the video, it's at 1:18. You can see it on the WWE.com, WWE YouTube channel. Bayley versus Nia Jax. At 1 minute and 18 seconds, Nia Jax... It's not when she gets thrown out of the ring. She gets thrown out of the ring to recover from the injury, it seems like. She double back palms her, a double underhook, reverse, and Nia Jax picks her up and spikes her off the canvas. Bayley's shoulder is all that hits the canvas first. It's right here. Boom! That separates her shoulder.
I'm queuing it up now to check it out.
I'm gonna show you. I don't know. Like,
oh, geez. Yeah, I just caught. Okay. So yeah, I just caught up with you on that one. Fuck.
The other day I got. This is crazy. This is crazy.
So right there, she hooks the arms.
Watch this. There it is. Ready? Her shoulder's going to drive right into the mat, and then they do the spot where she rolls out of the ring after this. So ready? Boom! Right there. Separated shoulder. That shoulder lands first.
Good night.
And then she's holding her arm afterwards. They didn't show her. Because at that point, she took like 50, 60 seconds.
I hate underhook moves like that, because what it is like you got a second to protect yourself before... And because Nia has her arms hooked and spiked her so hard, so now I see why the locker room's mad at Nia.
Well, that was Beth Phoenix's finisher before, right? But she would like sit down with them and kind of guide them down.
Yeah, she would guide you down. It was slower and smoother, like you said.
Oh, it was much slower. That was like, here's the ground, bitch, and then boom.
Oh, I mean, I don't know who's Bayley should have had her hands down.
No, I could definitely see the heat on Nia for that one, because she just whipped her. Like, there was no way she could have protected herself in time.
WWE cuts the whole thing with Bayley outside the ring right after that, but that's it. So that I had it wrong.
Party.
DIDNT sleep with the intern. I was up all night.
Hey, and I was up all night. Aha, doll. Thank you very much for the $2 super chat. And I love that DX moment, man. What a great DX moment. Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, you found it, Joe. Absolutely. And it explains, like you said, not just that, but everything following is why Nia's getting heat. You know, like I said, the more I read up on it, they said that she shouldn't have, you know, she should have realized that she was injured and, you know, done things differently.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm glad we found that. I had not seen that. I just thought she got thrown out of the ring and it made no sense how she got injured. And now after seeing that, it's a combination of both people, but it is, I mean, Bayley seemingly had enough time to put her hands down, but it's just an accident. Well, Leah? Yeah, Nia has injured people before. I mean, I can't...
Well, that's she's done it a few times now. She's caused a few concussions, reportedly, and...
But you know what, though? I watched this, and I'm trying to, like, find the blame on Nia, you know, and...
I don't think the injury itself is what they're mad about, though. It's everything that transpires after the fact of her doing certain moves and, you know, like you said, messing with the hair on the outside and pulling her around hard. And they said that the match should have just been...
I thought they did a great job. I thought Nia did a good job then of, like, sort of covering it up and making, you know, just going. You got to go and pretend everything's all right. So that I wouldn't blame her for. I just thought that made it seem like, well, they were working this. But right there you can see Bayley's like, ouch. And, yeah, her shoulder got separated. She came down fully on that shoulder.
I mean, I agree with you, but I think they're just giving her flack as someone to blame. You know, accidents happen, and they're just pissed because this ruins their plans for SummerSlam.
Well, I think the thing that the original heat to me, and I don't know if this is just Nia playing her character, if they're told to do this, but, I mean, she's always on Twitter like, I should have been out there, or, you know, why? Too bad I wasn't there. You know, like, always kind of like being like, why am I not getting a chance, you know, like, already? And she's only been there for a little while. You know, it's not like RYBACK after 6 years, you know? But then again, now that we all know what RYBACK's like, we know why he didn't succeed in WWE, really. You know, and he would say, and he kind of did succeed, actually, to be honest. And there were times when he should have gotten shots he didn't get. But, I mean, just, man, that guy must have been disliked by so many people.
Absolutely.
Imagine.
I don't know.
Speaking of being greatly disliked, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but I only heard a brief mention. But the night that Kurt Angle's son was announced as Jason Jordan, Karen Jarrett was in attendance, and she was at that Raw. So Karen Jarrett was allegedly involved in an incident at a bar when she asked Braun Strowman for an autograph.
Jake, don't you watch my show? I did a whole video on this.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard about this.
I didn't hear about
This
it.
was weeks
no,
ago.
I didn't see that one.
She yelled at Braun Strowman in the bar. Yeah, I did a whole video.
Yeah. No, I remember the video now, but this just came out today.
Yeah.
Because Karen Jarrett clears the air. She actually came out today and said what really happened.
Oh, here we go.
So,
here we go.
Yeah. So Fightful.com asked Karen about the incident, and she said, I can clear the air. It was a silly incident with two people in the wrestling business playing their characters, being silly, and it got blown way out of proportion. The fact that the two of us are still in the news and it's being talked about, that you took the time to ask the question, is hysterical, to be honest with you. So obviously she's just downplaying the incident and covering up for a mistake that Strowman may have made in the heat of the moment.
You see it more and more in the past few years where wrestlers can't wrestle correctly.
It happened.
Nia, Lana, Rollins, etc. People getting hurt more often, and when Shane came back, he mentioned that, and now he's a part of the game where he has to deal with it. Hashtag dumb.
Yeah, remember when Shane mentioned that? Like, people getting hurt everywhere. Just call me Luke. Thanks again, man. Just call me Luke. You're the man. Thanks for another donation. We're dropping dimes. Yeah, I don't know, dude. It happens. People get hurt, but that was... I don't know, man. Yeah, just back in the day, it didn't happen like it does now. But it did. It really did. We just don't have the coverage that we had back then. You know, you didn't know.
They don't have all the news blogs and sites and stuff.
Yeah, they just get written off, or you wouldn't hear from them all of a sudden, and you didn't know what happened. You had no idea. You just went, oh, okay, whatever. But wrestling's different now. Now people ask questions, and now people see the video multiple times, and it gets shared on social media. Look at me. I didn't even take the time to go look up and find out what happened. If it wasn't for people sending it everywhere, I wouldn't have seen that. And I'd still be an idiot.
Neck injury?
Yeah, Owen Hart.
That was a huge taboo, like, you know, topic of conversation at that point. I remember friends and I discussing it and like slowing down a VHS tape and going over that match over and over, and you know, the pile driver, and talking about it. And I don't know, it it was definitely eerie to watch. But then he was on TV, but he wasn't wrestling, and then he disappeared. So it was like, and then it wasn't until what? Sunday Night Heat, like during the Super Bowl, I think he had an interview right after he had the surgery, something like that. Like I think I'm skipping times in between.
Yeah,
but
that's a different one.
I know he
You're
wrestled
thinking,
after that, but
I think you're thinking of like the other surgery he had, like
yeah, that's the other surgery. That's after he had his WrestleMania match with The Rock.
Yeah, you're thinking of the
that's
one.
That's when he got taken out with the car.
The car,
but
yeah. I did it for The Rock.
Before that, yeah, I did it for The Rock. But no, I remember when he had the first bout. It wasn't, like you said, as widely, talked about and covered, and things were kind of a mystery at that point. So
yeah, that was great though. I mean, she's hurt. Well, at least we figured that out. I would have looked like a moron tomorrow if I made a video like, is she really hurt, or did WWE Creative write her off? It's like, nope,
she got flat out. She got knocked the fuck out.
I'm glad you caught the exact moment when, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. I thought it was completely different. I thought it was like a weird freak thing that no one saw. And I was just, while we were talking, I was watching the whole thing. I'm like, I'm going to watch everything that happens. And then it was just like obvious. Like, oh shit, that I didn't see that. That's definitely where it comes out. That would separate your shoulder, not getting thrown through the ropes. She didn't get thrown through the ropes. She rolled to the outside.
And everything here talks about, going to the outside. Every article just about, so. Yeah, and I apologize. I didn't know. I thought you were referring to not the old news, but the the fact that Karen Jarrett cleared it up and said so that definitely happened that night with Braun Strowman. It absolutely happened.
That definitely it happened. Now she's just trying to be like, oh, it's all good, because Kurt was probably like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
I can picture Braun being an ass to her though.
I don't even know what Braun's like at all in person. Me in person, I feel like Braun's just like, you got any food?
Oh, I've seen some like Snapchats, from way back when he was, NXT times, and he seemed very funny and charismatic and playful. A lot of people said that he's like a giant teddy bear, so he is the complete opposite of what he portrays on TV.
I can believe that.
You want to come back in my apartment for a rub down? I'll be Vince.
You want a RYBACK rub down?
You want a RYBACK? If I was on the road, I'd swallow his ass.
And he would yell he wasn't finished with him yet.
Yeah, I'm not finished with you yet, Roman. Braun is so bad, it's good on Raw. He's like, I will hurt you. Like, it's so bad.
Strowman just got this fucking charm. I don't know what it is about him. He's just like, I don't care if it's Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Samoa Joe. I will eat your ass.
He's like a South Park character or something. He's like the
guy for just eating out of the guy's ass. Fuck it, yeah.
If the South Park show was on, like the characters were going to a wrestling show, like Braun would be like the guy in the would be the wrestler, like the stereotype wrestler. And you know what I figured out? He sounds like Satan from the movie, South Park movie.
Oh my god, he does.
Like, oh Satan. Like,
yeah. Don't you want to play hide the salami? No, Saddam.
No, Saddam, I don't.
Well, speaking of Satan, Vince McMahon apparently wants to change how things are done as far as main events and booking Monday Night Raw. According to their quarterly earning report that came out this week, WWE has opted to change several things based on those results. One of which being, disappointed with both their network subscriber number and Raw ratings, specifically the third hour of Raw. Statistics are pretty shocking, and they reveal that the third hour of Raw has failed to beat the second hour every single week in 2017. No matter what the main event was, the second hour always beats the third hour. Now, think about it. It makes sense this past Monday. What did we get for the main event? Big Show and Big Cass. But what was the main event for the second hour?
Right.
That's where we had the triple threat match.
Right.
So that was the true main event of the evening. And that's apparently how they're going to book things from now on. What you usually saw at the end of the second hour is going to be the main event, and the main event is going to be at the end of the second hour.
Because the kids go to bed and the adults kill themselves by the time the third hour comes on.
Pretty much.
Daddy, why is there bleach all over? Oh, it's Monday Night Raw. But that's totally ass backwards to me. Like, you would think that if they wanted to boost up the third hour, they would put the good shit on the third hour, right?
I think they're thinking that it doesn't matter what they do. Like because they probably think, well, we put this great match on and nobody watched it. It's like, no, it wasn't great.
And I mean, you think about that
Shit
every
bomb.
single week this year.
Braun was on the Jericho podcast a while back with Gallows, Anderson, and Styles, and seems like a really funny, laid-back kind of guy.
I got to go listen to that. I haven't caught every episode of Chris Jericho's podcast ever, but I do listen to a lot of them, and I like them. But I like Stone Cold's more, though, but go ahead, kayfabe, yeah.
I've listened to that episode, and I was fucking holding my ribs. I was laughing my ass off so much because they were all fucking hammered.
That's
It was
awesome.
so damn funny,
Dude.
especially Gallows. I'm not gonna spoil the whole thing, but there's one part where they're like they're doing impressions and they're just making each other laugh. It's fucking hilarious. And at one point, they order more sake to come because they're in China, and they order more sake to the room to be delivered. And one of them's like, one of the person's name was like, like Mi Shui, or like a Chinese name that you would think of, and then the other one was like Craig or Tim or something like that. It was like an American name, and Gallows would not let up on it. He's like, does anybody else find it weird that like the manager here in fucking Beijing, China's name is fucking Tim?
The last one I heard was the one with Ambrose and Hardy, with Jericho. That was gold. But I've got to go and check that one out. It sounds just as funny.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be here, Chris. Well, me and Matt are really happy to be back here in the WWE. But speaking of Matt and Jeff, reborn by fate, Matt Hardy tweets out, "The awakening of enlightenment has begun. Yes, get woke." That's going no. Isn't that like a cultural thing now that like people don't want white people saying or something like that? Like SJWs don't want white people to be woke. Isn't that
pretty much? I mean,
but get woke. Get woke. They're gonna take it. Fuck all you SJWs.
I feel bad, but like,
Yeah.
I feel bad because obviously we know what the shit's going on with the fucking Hardys and all this crazy illegal shit. But when you go to like a dollar store and you see the really shitty knockoff of the toys that are the really good ones,
Yeah.
that's what I kind of feel like when I saw that.
We are not broken.
That's a green.
I have been
So true.
awoken.
That's kind of what I felt about it.
Shit bomb. Matt Hardy has been awoken.
And the simple solution to that, go back
like,
to 2
we're
fucking
woken,
hours.
no.
Fuck 3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours.
If anything,
not
like
gonna
you
stop.
have said, make SmackDown to 3 hours. It needs it more.
Yeah.
Also get rid of 205 dead. Vince, get fucked up the asshole. You deserve it because of this shit.
Hey, thanks. Just call me Luke. I just think they should get rid of 205 Live because they don't give a shit about it. If you're going to show... If your teaser to watch 205 Live is basically like a quick just whatever the fuck throw out there, it's not going to work. You need to go out there for like 10 to 15 minutes on a Raw and make people go, holy shit, I got to watch that fucking show. But instead you go out there and go, hey, look, it's 205 Live, ha! Anyway, on the next thing. Nobody wants to watch it now, you idiots.
I'd rather them pad Raw with 2 solid, crazy clusterfuck cruiserweight matches and at least make something that's like a fucking car crash to watch and make me want to watch that on Raw versus then they're just like, hey, we're cruiserweights. Here's our show. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. And that's pretty much it.
Connor, I brought this up to Joe on the SmackDown review, but I don't know if you noticed it too, but I feel like Raw, you get the 25-minute introduction, people are talking, there hasn't really been a match to open in a long time. So whatever happens in the opening segment, they cut that up and they replay like a good 3 to 4 minutes of it 5 times that night again. In the 3-hour show, I feel like they recap the opening at least 4 times minimum.
So, what's funny? I watched an old Raw from I think it was 2001, and they showed what happened at the top of the hour once.
Oh my god.
Only once. So literally it was 8 o'clock or whatever it was, 9 o'clock, right? Something happened at the beginning of the show. Then they replay it at the 10 o'clock slot right before they go into the top hour segment, and that's fucking it. Raw,
right.
They probably do it, I'm not shitting you, at least 4 times.
That's what I'm saying, and so you figure out of a 3-hour show, you only get 2 hours and 15 minutes because the rest goes to commercials, and then on top of that, you figure the way everything gets cut up and broken down, you have the 25-minute introduction, 20 minutes, give or take, and then they replay that 4 or 5 times at 3 to 4 minutes a pop. There's another 20 minutes, and it's like, so you've wasted 40 minutes on no wrestling at all, just talking and preparing for your main event. What the fuck?
I've heard rumor that there's at one point where they have the broadcasting commentary team on camera and nobody's paying attention. Michael Cole just goes, "Okay, hold on. Wake up. Okay, wake up. All right, you good? All right, welcome back to Monday Night Raw."
Dude, I'm dying because Goldberg in the chat is writing Dark and Hardies. then he goes, we can have Dark and Hardies versus the
Congrats
Decay.
on a 100, Joe.
Hey,
Thank
congrats.
you, Nia Jax, for saving us on the horror that is Bayley. She needs to go away for a while. If only Charlotte Flair could go away and fix her boobs and learn how to talk like a normal human.
Fix her boobs.
Tessa Blanchard's ass. Thank you so much. But you know something, Tessa Blanchard's ass, despite all the stuff we make fun of Charlotte for how she talks, and I do make fun of that, when she gets in the ring, she's been, I think, one of the most entertaining wrestlers of the women. Let's be honest.
Most consistent.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. Ever since you made that donation when we did that this video together, every time she comes out, I just do the "My name is Charlotte and I am the SmackDown Women's Champion."
The robot peacock.
If
every
my
time.
dad was here, he would tell you stuff.
Whoa.
Natalia's sharpshooter is god awful.
Oh my
it really
God.
is. I mean, it's always been bad, but I feel like especially lately, knowing that she's going to be facing Naomi for the women's title.
Natalia wrestles.
SmackDown title.
Natalia wrestles like her dad's brain functions.
Yeah. Give me another pain pill. Like.
Oh!
I legit.
Oh my God!
I legit forgot Natalia was wrestling for the title of the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean,
Legitimately, while I was watching SmackDown, I'm like, and Natalia's gonna be challenging for the women's championship at SummerSlam. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right,
Yeah.
that's a thing.
for the light bright belt. We don't want to be called divas. We don't want to have a butterfly on our title. We want our belt to glow like a fucking light bright, Respect
Light
us.
Light bright. I don't even, it doesn't matter too much to me, but, they were bound to put lights on the belt. I've been waiting for lights on the ring forever, and then it happened. I was like, there's the lights on the outside of the ring. The only thing they haven't done yet that I predicted, I think, I'm not even joking, guys. I used to write a magazine for WWE, I have these up in my bedroom. I used to make like a 5 to 10 page review of wrestling back when I was I think 14 or 13 or something. And in middle school, I would pass it out to the wrestling people there, the kids that watch wrestling, for $1 or $2 or something. And in there, one of my things was predictions for the future of wrestling. And I thought that the ring would be lit up with LED lights, and the ropes would glow, the ropes would be glowing, so that it looked cooler or whatever. And I remember I wrote that, and I had that upstairs. And when I saw the light board come up on NXT, I was like, "Oh my God!" It's night. I was writing about this, years ago. I remember that. I was right. Yeah.
I need to call those assholes at elementary school who laughed at me. They laughed at me.
Yeah. I go, "Hey, Paul. Hey,
I'll show them.
Is this Paul Amelang? Hey,
Who
Paul.
the fuck is this?
This is Dan from middle school. You remember I did the wrestling stuff? Well, anyway, I said that there'd be fucking lights on the wrestling ring, and now there are on NXT. What?
That's cool.
Who is?
I need you to stop calling my home, Dan.
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna call the cops. This isn't funny.
Dan,
Yeah, why are you naked in front of my house?
I don't remember who you are, dude. Do you say what's a wrestling ring?
You're scaring my children.
Would you say NXT? Is that is that a TV network or something? What are you talking about? Oh, fuck you! And then hang up.
NXT, is that a Netflix thing? Shut up.
Hey man, I got fucking Verizon. I don't know what you're talking about. My lights are working good. I don't know where else to go. What else is going on tonight?
I gotta have this somewhat, a little bit better defined. Is Matt originally, like you said, he tweeted out with the whole WWE Universe, it's happening, #broken. And then he said, get woke, and then #woken wisdom. Every time I hear woke, I can't help but laugh,
Yeah.
But and then
It sounds like a hippie thing.
It absolutely does.
Dude, that's the thing. People say stay woke and get woke, and Remember MTV made that video about how white people suck and everybody killed them, and rightfully so. Fuck you, MTV, you cunts. And they were basically just shitting on
wiggers.
Well, it was just a big racist video as far as I'm concerned. But and they were like, and I guess you're not supposed to say woke. They were telling people like you can't say woke and you're not woke and they were just being ridiculous. So now Matt Hardy basically told them, oh, here it is. Just call me Luke is on fire tonight.
Here ya go, Connor. Charlotte is the best female wrestler on the main roster right now, and once Asuka gets there, she will be, as long as WWE doesn't fuck things up at knowing them. They will, because Vince gets it all.
Yeah, just call me Luke. Maybe Asuka won't even go up to the main roster. Maybe they'll just leave her down.
I kind of hope not. That just made my night. I hope we can never get sick of that shit.
Just Call Me Luke has dropped like $80 tonight. Thank you, Luke.
Freaking beast. Crazy.
You're a beast.
So do you think that if they're woke, it's just a way to avoid them being broke? You know, they can't get the broken gimmick, so it's going to be the woken gimmick. You know,
yeah,
they'll have the dollar store.
It's the dollar store knockoff of the broken gimmick.
You know, but does that count for Joesentme? That's what I want to know. I think it does. I think that basically encapsulates.
Yeah, them doing it.
I think we need to get the Anthem Sports legal team on this one.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out. The awakening of enlightenment has begun. Yes, I am awoken. I mean, he's writing it everywhere. I'm awoken. The enlightenment has begun. I like though that he was dark and broken before, and that now right. The idea is to be like full of light and whatever the hell. Mubashir Mubo, thank you for the subscription on YouTube. Hit that sub button if you're new and don't miss out on our daily wrestling videos. You know what I love about Sean's view when he starts his videos? This is what Sean does. Like the video's about to start and he's staring there for a second. And welcome to another edition of Sean's view.
Someone clipped together, I'm not shitting you, I think like 100 videos of his where he does like the deep breath right before. And that's all it is. It's just a series of the deep breaths. So it's like it's like a fucking asthma attack.
And welcome to another edition of the most entertaining, prolific, dedicated in all YouTube's upload history. Yeah, well, let me tell you something. Let me tell you a new story. Let me tell you a lame. Let me tell you a shame. Let me tell you a game.
When the WWE started the Cruiserweight tournament, I said from the start that Vince is going to kill and ruin the Cruiserweights, and people thought I was stupid and full of shit. See, I was right, fuckers. Hashtag fucking WWE fanboys.
WWE Mr. Rebel, you were right. I don't know if he killed them exactly. He definitely killed them on the WWE, yeah. I mean, they can go back to independence and do fairly decent now. But even people that watch WWE don't even like I could be on 205 Live and maybe be featured on 20 Raws and work a year in the WWE, and the way that they're booking stuff, like, you know, nobody even, you could walk through the parking lot and nobody even know you. Because there's nobody
Who was that
cares.
we saw in the parking lot at SmackDown? Was that Ari Daivari?
Daivari, no, no.
No, is
oh, damn it. Mustafa Ali. Oh, steroid. Steroids. Stereo. I just said.
You were right the first time.
I go, oh yeah, steroids.
Steroids.
What the fuck? I literally said, yeah, steroids. Like,
steroids.
What?
Of course. Wonderful. I was just reading that tweet, Get Woke. It sounds like the fucking most cheapest knockoff fucking energy drink I've ever heard in my life.
Yo, Get Woke. Can you guys hear the donations, by the way?
Get Woke.
Have you heard the donations tonight?
No, not once.
Oh, man. All right. Well, real quick, let's take a quick phone call. This might trigger it. Plus, it's good. He's been donating a bunch tonight, too. Hey, Luke, what's up, bro? What do you want to come up with something tonight that we can talk about here on State of the WWE 100? What's up?
Other than the other fuckery that you guys have talked about as far as WWE, I mean, I don't have much to add, you know? It's just everything right now is a bunch of bullshit. Like I've said in my tips, my donations, you know, it's all true. Everything's fucked up. Vince gets what he wants. He gets blowjobs from creative. And yeah, Charlotte right now is the most consistent. You know, I don't know. I mean, everything's really fucked up, and I think we're all sick and tired of it. And like I said, us fans, we're smart. We know, especially with social media right now, everything, we can see it. We know what happens ahead of time, and yet we still get upset with this shit, and it sucks. Well, it really sucks.
We got podcasts like this got shit on the other day by Rosenberg and JBO.
Well, fuck Rosenberg. The fact that he's on WWE to do this whole shit, it's so stupid. I fucking hate Rosenberg for doing that.
He's got like 7 jobs, too. I mean, like, he's doing like 70
exactly.
things.
He's all over the fucking place.
Man,
oh, my God.
Man, if you tell him that there's a blowjob going on, he shows up.
Yeah, if you look closely enough at Peter Rosenberg during that, you can actually see a little bit of Vince Precum on his lip. A little bit. You have to zoom in close.
If they shone a black light on his face, it would blow out the camera.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
sure.
Right.
You know, Joe, we didn't get to talk about Bring It to the Table. Connor, I don't know if you watched it this past week. I didn't check it out yet. But the one thing that really came to mind that I've heard repeated over and over is JBL's comments about Roman Reigns. He said, he's the flag bearer of the company going forward, and despite him being booed and jeered, the man who potentially retired The Undertaker sells tickets and puts butts in seats. And he also said that Reigns is the star that everyone loves to jeer, and that automatically translate to tickets and merchandise sales. He clarified that Reigns, as part of the Shield, didn't sell as well as he does as a single person, and that's why they're not going to reunite the Shield.
Well, wait a minute. I'm going to stop you right there a second, because that's a bunch of bullshit. His merchandise sales have gone down and down, and I saw an article not too long ago stating that WWE was reconsidering making Roman the face, the main face of WWE, the flag bearer, as JBL says. You know what? JBL honestly just needs to get out of there. Seriously, he was good as a wrestler, but now as an announcer, he's overdramatic. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He claims to know all these great things, and he goes on Rosenberg's podcast, and it's stupid. No, it's a bunch of bullshit.
What did he say? He said something at the end of the show the other day, like multiple times, and it was annoying. Do you know what I'm talking about? Anybody remember that on SmackDown?
No, I don't recall.
No. Oh God, he repeated it multiple times, and it just made me want to. Like, he did it once, and I guess he wanted to make sure you got it in there.
He does that all the time, though. When he says something that he thinks is a quip that's funny, and no one else reacts or laughs, he goes ahead and he repeats it till it's fucking beyond dead. Then he brings it back to life just to kill it again. He does that all the time. He'll say a joke, and that's why the cows came home. Hey guys, did you hear me? That's why and he'll say it like you said multiple fucking times.
Michael, did you hear that? Did you hear that, Michael? I farted, Michael.
I don't know about the whole Roman's Reign merch thing. I do agree. I just don't know the numbers.
It's probably somewhere in the middle.
I remember reading that article a while back, but I didn't see any numbers to back that up. That was only people sent that to me on Twitter, but I didn't see anything to verify and make that a valid statement. But I do remember reading it. But I mean, we know that Rollins and Ambrose are going to be going after the Raw tag team titles. Reigns has the Fatal 4-Way match, so obviously a Shield reunion isn't planned in the near future. But they're even saying long term that they don't want to do it either because they want Roman to continue being the flag bearer for the company.
Of course they do.
I think it's a missed opportunity, honestly. But
they missed their chance on him being the flag bearer when they fucking fucked him up with this whole storyline. Ever since the split, I mean, yeah, Roman's a polarizing figure, but he ain't gonna be a John Cena build-up. They did his build-up right. Brought him in and had him face Kurt Angle, and freaking they built him up right. Started him as a heel. That's the thing. Roman was never a heel. Let's remember that. As much as they've tried to maybe show hints of him being a potential heel, he's never gone full-on heel. And as long as he stays a babyface, that's where Roman is not going to be, in my personal opinion, the top guy, because he doesn't deserve it. Because WWE fucked it up for him.
You're right. They've done him a disservice since the beginning. And all they've done is given him those big match moments. It's almost like, the guy's not really there yet, so you put him in the spotlight anyway. It's very similar to Diesel to me. Because Diesel, got over a little bit with the crowd, and the second that he did, they were like, that's it, Diesel. You know what I mean? Shawn Michaels been in the company, hadn't been WWE champion. He was sort of up there. You know what I mean? And then Diesel just he just becomes the guy. All of this, like, they just push him. They go, he's the guy because we said so. Except at WrestleMania 11, he won't be in the main event. He'll be in the, match before that or whatever. It's very similar to that. But they sort of got away with it in a way. I don't know what the older crowd was thinking about Diesel at the time. I don't know. But it reminds me of that. But, they just keep giving. It's like, all right, well, he's not definitely the guy, but let's just keep giving him the belt. There's been no moment where the people just exploded for Roman. Rosenberg said this recently. He said, we chose Roman, and then when they gave us Roman, we didn't say that. That's not what happened, Rosenberg. You fucking idiot.
He is stupid.
I want to slap that guy. He's a good guy, and that's why it really is. I don't know, but when it comes to WWE, but what do you want him to do? He's getting a paycheck. Like, when I talk about Rosenberg, the WWE guy, that's a different guy. Like, when I talk about Rosenberg, the radio host and the guy out there, like, I like that guy. But when you talk about Rosenberg in the WWE as the host guy, I mean, you can't believe anything I can't, I would do the same thing. If I was hired by WWE and they told me to sit in that chair, I'd probably have to say things differently.
Well, wasn't it him that came out and said the very first podcast, bring it to the table, that, I come from a fan's perspective. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, well,
that kind of shot himself in the foot, like,
they rigged the game
too soon.
Because
you can't be woke there.
I see you hitting that up in the chat there, Jake. Get woke. That's hilarious.
Get woke. Get woke like the great Woken Hardy. The Woken one is here.
Oh, wait, does Skylar Fat just make an appearance of the Woken Hardies?
My name is Skylar Fat. I love the Woken Hardies.
Rick Bad Boy's right, though. He has no choice but to kiss ass. I mean, essentially, he's in a position that he's got to slob the knob, but he made himself.
You can't criticize him for it. You know what I mean? You could criticize me for now. You can criticize like Justin LaBar for towing the line a little bit, sort of. You know what I mean? Like guys like that. I think guys like that toe the line outside of WWE because they're sort of buddies with the WWE and they toe the line. You know what I mean? Like me and JD could have done that too. I mean, I could have done that with Road Dogg. Road Dogg blocked me weeks ago. So it's like, dude, I could have done that with WWE. I could have played a little bit more fairly down the middle, sort of kind of touting that company rhetoric, just to try to get in with them. I try to be like Loogie or whatever, Luigi or Booger, whatever her name is. And, so I could play videos of WWE and shit like that. Just call me Luke. Thanks for the call, man. I love you, dude. Thanks for the donations, too, by the way. We got to move on. I got to hang up on Luke. He's good, though. Here's a donation. You hear this one?
Happy 100 guys.
Hey.
I would point to a interview where Paul Heyman explained it. They tried to
push Roman around the time when Daniel Bryan had just come back and was still white hot, and
when Bryan didn't win and Roman won, it that created automatic heat.
What the fuck was that? The donation just started reading in a guy's voice randomly. What the fuck was that? Dude, what the fuck just happened? Dude, that just fucked with my mind. I was like,
oh my god, I heard it. I just listened to the stream.
Fucking aliens
and Daniel Bryan, it just switched randomly. And then it went right back to a woman.
And then it went back to the woman. What the fuck just happened? Dude, I was like,
the 100th edition of
your
State
donation
of WWE.
is trans.
I was
That's
like,
what happened.
Donation's trans.
I think the donation just got woke.
Dude, what the fuck?
Hormones.
Wait a minute, can I play that again? Is it gonna read us? Oh my god, dude! I was like, is someone talking over the donation or something? Like, it was like, like it was just. Can I play that again? Is that gonna? Let me play that again. I want to see if that happens again. What the fuck was that? I have never heard that. He is the perfect no-show dark match. Thank you, Johnny Ray Sinister.
Happy 100 guys. I would point to a interview where Paul Heyman explained it. They tried to
push Roman around the time when Daniel Bryan had just come back and was still white hot and
When Bryan didn't win and Roman won it, that created automatic heat.
That is so bizarre. What the fuck is it reading in a man and woman's voice?
My only guess is that maybe there's a word in there that maybe triggered it to switch to a different user, like Daniel or something.
Oh my god, dude! Like, what in the world?
That's fucking hilarious.
Please, I hope that doesn't keep happening.
Stops it, they tried to, and then he goes push Roman around in the time when Daniel Bryan had just come back and was still white hot. Like it just.
It's like
I told you.
Hey
she
guys,
got woke.
hey,
the tranny robot broke. That's it. We killed the donation bot.
It's Bruce Jenner. I'm gonna read this donation now because I'm a boy guy. Braden Henry, thanks for the sub, man. Glad you want to sub to the channel. Daily wrestling videos live after every WWE event. We really gotta probably get out of here in a second, but that was fucking bizarre, bro. That was
Johnny Ray Sinister. That was a great donation. Thank you for making us laugh. And that was a great point too. Miles in the chat said the same thing. Roman was being heavily cheered. Roman was a heavy favorite to win that Rumble, and if Bryan hadn't been announced, you know, people would have cheered Roman, you know, the year after. So
well, I've said this, dude.
They fucked it all up.
Roman is like the kryptonite. It's like Roman is forever scarred. He's like Harry Potter or something. He's like forever scarred because Daniel Bryan.
Super chat party.
Oh, man of 1,005.
Siri is really a man.
Siri is really a man. Dude, what in the world, dude? That was so weird. Hey guys, it's Maria Canal. No, it's Bruce Jenner. Thank you for the $2 donation. We do got to get out of here in a second. So I expected to take more calls tonight on the 100th episode, but you know, we went into it, man. We went into shit. I'm gonna try to do more live shows to get everybody on here. Looks like a couple more donations are gonna come in, and so we'll get to those. I want to remind everybody before the next donation comes in to follow Jake on Twitter at Countdown Ended. Make sure you subscribe to Connor's channel, OKFabe. It's youtube.com/OKFaber. And OKFabe, and give him a sub. Here's the Roman Reigns.
You're my man. Oh. I wanna see you naked. Give me that Superman punch in my rectum. Give me that Superman punch in my rectum. I don't care if your whole fist goes up my asshole. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns.
The Hardys will not be broken or woken. In fact, they will be token.
They will be token.
Jeff's always token.
That's true.
Party.
Thanks, Schleppy.
Sorry for breaking the donation, girl. ROFL.
Dude, you'll never see anything like that again. That was so fucking, like, dude, that's never happened in like 3 years. I've never heard that.
Yeah, all the time, you know, because when I started is when the donation started, and you know, since then we've never had that happen once. That was crazy.
That was awesome, like awesomely bizarre. Thank you for the donation, Johnny.
Hilarious.
Johnny, and also Schleppy for that $14, and everybody else who's been supporting tonight. I also really got to give a special shout out to, you know, the new patrons, big time, for David Cochran, $5 a month, Solomon Tyson, $5 a month, Ray Rock, $5 a month, and Tori Ivy, $1 a month, Caleb Webb dropping $10 a month, Derek Tomlin, $2,
Super
and here's some more.
Party.
Bradley Mitchell.
It wouldn't help Roman if he turned heel.
Oh, no, I thought it would have. It would have, definitely, multiple times I think it would have. Bradley Mitchell, thanks for the $2, man.
Maybe not right now, but there's been points in times where it absolutely would have worked out perfect. The night after WrestleMania, you know.
Yeah.
I loved that.
Yeah, that was great. But
if they had just turned him heel right then and there and just stuck with it, that would have been perfect. Because at first I didn't like his promo, you know, but then the more I let my anger subside and actually, you know, woke myself up.
Once I let the blood from my eyes.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I really sat back and I enjoyed it more. And like you said, it really was good. He did allow the crowd to feed into him, and he fed off of their reaction. So, because they booed him nonstop for what, like 6 minutes straight.
Yeah, it was crazy. And
absolutely,
but it was
absolutely
just
insane.
It was just them playing to the crowd, and then it's like back to normal. Haha.
Joe, before we do get out of here, Sadie on Twitter said my boyfriend Michael Davis's birthday's here, and she said, "Can you wish him a surprise happy birthday on the podcast for me?" So happy birthday, Michael Davis.
Oh,
a lot
man.
of birthdays today.
Michael Davis, happy birthday. Michael Davis, we're dropping it. It's your birthday. You ain't gay because your girl told us. Yeah, Michael, get in the ring and run the ropes for sure. Oh, I almost said something terrible. No, happy birthday. You guys can't even hear the music right now. Yeah, happy birthday. Monetize this Friday night, guys. I'll see you Friday night for that. What else do I got to tell you guys about? We're going to do something tomorrow night, Thursday. We'll do something Thursday. Patron video coming tomorrow for you patrons only. So check that out. Patrons, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show if you guys want to support me monthly. And Friday night monetize. This will be wild. Make sure you check out Connor from OKFabe's show. Anything you want to say, Connor, you've been thinking about, or wrestling?
I always love doing this stuff with you guys. I wish I could do it more often, but thanks for having me on.
Connor from OKFabe, you gotta sub him. Go sub Jake's channel too. Hey Jake, are we gonna do that video game charity stream at some point? Is that?
Yeah, I was actually going to talk to you about it in the next few days and figure out a good time for you so we can get together and plan this.
All right, yeah, we're gonna do it, man. We're gonna make some money for those motherfuckers over at where are they?
Connecticut Children's Medical Center. Yeah, I just went ahead and I set it all back up for Extra Life. So.
Oh, the Extra Life.
Yeah. We're gonna help out those sick kids.
Those poor sick kids that have cancer. We gotta go help those little fuckers.
Yeah, last year we raised, a good amount of money for them. We got them some, not only help pay for treatments, but we also got them video game consoles so they could play and be occupied while going through chemo, treatments and whatnot. So a lot of good was done last year. So this year it'll be even more amazing.
We gotta do that. Yeah, man, we gotta do that. We gotta do that shit, dude. I want to raise I want to kill it, man, for these kids. And maybe I want to do a St. Jude one too, but. Yeah, this one's...
Yeah, I mean, they have affiliation, with them as well, so...
Yeah, we gotta do it, man. What's
Big
your...
Slow just said he dialed 1-800-GET-WOKE, and it's a lesbian, gay, and bi DVD rental service, so...
yeah, get woke, and then I'm gonna pull my pants down and show everybody how to use their penis. Let me teach you how to pleasure your wife with this thing. Get woke.
Get woke.
Stay woke, motherfucker. Matt Hardy's staying woke. He's awoken. The Awoken.
I'm not finished with you.
You do not understand what it is like when I have become awoken, when the enlightenment has hit me directly in the heart.
They're not gonna get woke. They're not gonna get toked. They're not gonna get smoked. They're gonna be brash.
They're gonna be choked. They're gonna be broke. They're gonna be choked. They're gonna be loke. They're gonna be nuts. They're gonna be ruts. They're gonna be rough. They're gonna be stuff. The most prolific, dedicated. All right, guys. Thanks so much for listening. We gotta really get out of here this time. State of the WWE 100. Look for State of the WWE episode 101. Probably in the next few days, if not the weekend. The weekend. Not the band, the weekend, but this weekend. Bye.
God damn it, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I beat Vince McMahon's ass.